There we go. Here's a good one. Hello, Simon and JP. Simon, there are many people with clear memories of having lived on other planets that are not situated in the Milky Way galaxy. So my question to you is, how did they end up here on Earth? As we all know, Earth is a prison planet, while 99% of the planets out there are not. I'm having a hard time trying to understand why anyone would come down here to live life as a slave. I know it sounds harsh, but unfortunately it's the truth. Have those souls done something truly evil in other galaxies that got them sentenced to incarnation on Earth? I know there are some souls that voluntarily come down here to help and assist, but by doing so they get trapped as well. So are these souls aware of the fact that they could possibly spend 1,000 lives on Earth and have no clue of who they truly are and why they came here? Or have they been deceived by others to do so? Thank you guys and keep up the good work. Your show is the best thing out there. That's from Christian in Romania.
Well, do you know what? Before we answer that, we've had questions from Romania, question from Russia. We've done really well. We've had some questions from countries that don't normally engage with us, so that's fantastic. Thank you. That's brilliant.
And South Africa.
South Africa, yes, that's right. Brilliant. The question is, it's not the most complicated that we've had, but it's the one that would require the longest answer, which we can't really give at the moment. But I'll do my best with that. Could you, looking at the question, JP, can you sort of pull out the major thread of it? Because there were several little questions in there. What would you say was the major question there?
Ow. Oh, sorry, I've just drank that's too hot.
Well, you're drinking Bovril.
That coffee was too hot. It's burning down. All right. Right. So, people with clear memories of that they've come from other places not in the Milky Way.
Right.
How did they end up here as the Earth as a prison planet? Why would, why would anybody do this?
Why would you do it? Right. Okay. Some people are sent here because there is nowhere else for them to be put. Just as, unfortunately, Great Britain sent its prisoners to Australia. So other places send their people here. That's the truth, because it's a prison planet and they're kept trapped here. Why would somebody want to come here? And there's an incredibly easy answer for that, and it's a positive answer, believe it or not. 100 years on this planet, if you attempt to learn from your mistakes, is worth 100,000 years anywhere else. There is not another planet anywhere that presents us with so many varied challenges in the physical world. And if we are able to look at these challenges and not run away from them, and if we're able to say, all right, I did this, it didn't work, instead of beating myself up about it, what can I learn from this and how can I do better next time? We are going to evolve at a stupendous rate. That is why this planet is oversubscribed. They are queuing up to come here. Look, if you were, goodness knows, if you were 9th dimension, 10th dimension, you don't have a physical body. You have your own personal internet. You have telekinesis, telepathy. You've just got about everything. There isn't a problem you can't solve. How are you going to learn? You're not being challenged. The challenges are on a greater level. I understand that, at a massive multiverse level, but you're not connecting with the roots. So even these great beings come down through the dimensions to take physical form and to queue up to come here because they wish to experience something that they've never experienced before. If you've lived as an energy being, I don't like the word light body. Light bodies don't exist. These bodies are made of light waves and sound waves. These are energy bodies. You perceive light because when you see these beings in your apartment or your bedroom, they are light, but they are made of energy. They're not light bodies. I want to get that straight. When you take a being that was an energy being and put them into a physical body, oh my goodness, they've got fingers they can move and they can touch and feel and smell. And we take that all for granted. But those people who have come here for the first time, that is the most incredible experience. And it's also the most primitive experience, because no longer can they snap their fingers and get an answer to this, that and the other. They have to actually go by trial and error and learn and decide whether they're doing the right thing or not. And this is where we choose to learn or not. So people want to come here because it's salvation. They have the opportunity to learn. If you were 9th, 10th dimension and you came down to the 4th dimension and you were terribly trapped, you want to get out of it. You can't just go up to the 5th dimension easily. So maybe you've got to come back down here further to the 3rd dimension, relearn and have another go, have another opportunity to get right what you got wrong last time and fast track yourself up. So let's recap here. People get sent here against their will because they are considered to be so evil that the system, wherever they are, doesn't want them, and this is a prison planet. Get them here. There are people who come here because they wish to learn and develop, and there are those that volunteer to come here because they are so disgusted at the fact that a small percentage of the world's population are so evil and can control 90-odd% of the planet. They say, this is outrageous. I can't stand it any longer. I have got to go down there. And when I consult with, some of my clients, these are these people who, let's just take Lyra. They've gone to their government, for want of a better word, in Lyra and say, you can't leave these people down on Earth like this. You've got to get involved. And the government says, no, we don't. So the individual then says, do you give me permission to go down on my own and do something? And the government says, yes. So that individual has lots of high ideals. I'm going to go down there and I'm going to change this, and I've got a message for them. They'll want to hear my message. And what happens? They come here and their brain gets wiped of their memory. They can't remember who the heck they are. They don't remember what their duty was. All they know is, this is mad. This is a crazy world. And many of them go into sort of shock. But those who survive, as they get older, they begin to remember who they are and what they believed in and why they came here. And they then activate, and they then use whatever they can, whether it's being a host of a radio show, whether it's through poetry, whether it's through whatever it is, it doesn't matter. They will try and use an arm of the system to go out there and try and put a different point of view across. And even though it may be different from what they said they were going to do, they're still doing something important. And I've always said that most animal rights activists are Lyran, because Lyrans have an absolute commitment to the right to life. And Lyrans make fantastic nurses, caring. And if you look at the different groups, soul groups, you're going to be a policeman, you're going to be a soldier, you're going to be a nurse, etc., etc. You can do it. That's how it is. And it's about coming to this planet and fulfilling what you think you need to do. And it doesn't matter what it is, as long as you learn from it. Because you are going to come back, unless we can break the generator. You are going to come back, and if you come back, do you really want to come back and start doing it all over again, learning the same damn lessons? No, you don't. You want to be able to move on to the next stage and the next stage and the next stage until finally you escape the trap. And that's what it's about. It's about escaping the trap. It's about developing and learning and being what human beings always should be, which is fantastic creational beings. But we are so caught up in the nonsense and the rubbish on this planet that many of us lose sight of who we are and what we're capable of. And the system doesn't want us to know that. So, let's think about why we're here. We're not here to watch television and do this, that and the other. We're here to ask questions, to develop ourselves, and to try to help others. And that's the only way to get off this planet. So that's great. Thank you.
So we're at 58 now, so I think this is got to be the top of the hour. Thank you very much, Simon. Do you have any final? I mean, that last bit was very moving, actually. When when you said we were talking about the Lyran thing, I felt a little edge there. So yes, and I think various others as well. And that's what I call the second ray, the Ray 2.
Well, I'm not Lyran, but I have a percentage of me that is fifth dimensional from the Hollow Earth, which means that I have an understanding, and a, albeit a slim connection, but I have an understanding of some of that anyway. And you know, it doesn't matter whether we are Syrian, reptilian, Lyran, and I keep on saying this. It doesn't matter which railway station you get on at. If we are aiming for the railway station that says Evolution Central or Ascension Central, if we're getting off at the same station, that is what we have all signed up for something. And if we have enough about us, enough awareness and determination not to fall at the wayside, then those of us on the carriage, we need to work together, because you know that's who we are. That's what we've got. These are the resources we've got within this carriage. Those of us in it, we are the ones who are going to on this journey, and that's what this radio station is about. Other radio stations, whatever, it's about groups of people identifying with each other and saying, "Hey, I'm different. You know, I've remembered. I've woken up. I've challenged. Why on earth would I want to go back to the old ways? Why would I want to mix with people that believe in the nonsense?" You know, and this is what it's about. So listen, God bless everybody. I know it's a really difficult time. Just hang on in there. The bad guys are tying themselves up in knots. We mustn't get drawn into it. We're going to observe it, watch it. Don't get too upset about it, and don't get drawn into the evil. Thank you very much. Thanks, JP.
Thank you very much, Simon. And this was Connecting Consciousness Show. Call in on our studio numbers to join the roundtable.